I think the announcement of the sequel came as a surprise to a lot of gamers, including myself.
You'll live longer.
Especially considering how lukewarm the reception was for the first game. Respawn Entertainment is promising a lot with Titanfall 2, mostly in the new single-player campaign, which the first one didn't have. Players got a free sample of what to expect in the upcoming multiplayer modes. And again, reception is kind of underwhelming. I enjoyed the fast-paced gameplay, but I'm not in a hurry to go out and pre-order the game. And I know I'm not the only one. Based on what I've played and the news I've read, I want to know if Titanfall 2 will be any good. Will it be worth buying? Or will it go down like its predecessor? Like other console owners, not PC gamers though, and I'll get into that more later, I got to play the limited number of modes and maps available for the network test that was free this past weekend. And it was more good than bad. Controls are tight and easy to pick up, but controlling your character isn't as simple as I'd like it to be. Movement is fast, and the parkour movement is fun, but getting around obstacles isn't very intuitive at all. See, right there, I wanted to get up and keep moving and move back, but no, I kept sliding forward. Just little things like that. I don't really remember how it was in the first one, but lately more shooters are doing this parkour stuff, and honestly, I think they're doing it better. The biggest and best new mechanic for this game is the grappling hook. It takes some getting used to, but it really makes getting over walls and rodeoing titans easy and fun. But I got a question. Why would anyone choose any other ability? You have the choice to either pick the grappling hook, or a stim, which increased movement speed, or like an X-ray sticky grenade. And honestly, I never used any of those but the grappling hook. So I think why not make the grappling hook part of your default moveset and pick your other ability? I think this far into development, that's not going to happen, but I'd like to see that change. The best part of this game, of both of these games actually, Titanfall 1 and 2, are the Titans.
Pilot control online, thermal systems functional.
The giant mechs you get to run around in. When you finally get to pilot yours, controls are good. Kinda clunky still, but it makes sense because it's a giant robot. Or if you hop out of your Titan, it'll follow you around and protect you. You can tell it kind of where to go. From what I can tell, the AI for it is okay, but since everything is so fast and frenetic, it's really hard to tell, to be honest. But rodeoing, the mechanic of actually getting on top and riding a Titan has been changed a lot since the first one. Instead of just shooting a weak spot on the head of the Titan, it becomes more of a staged process. But I would like more say in the matter. I would like to be able to choose whether or not I shoot a weak spot or throw a grenade in. I think that would be way more fun and put you, give you more control in that area. Respawn Entertainment, the development studio, and EA are promising a lot with the dedicated single-player story mode. And again, the first one didn't have that, which is what kind of made the game subpar and slip under people's radar. They're not talking much about the single-player experience. They're keeping everything under wraps. The reason it didn't get a PC port, if you didn't hear, was because they didn't want gamers digging around the files looking into any of the code that could reveal spoilers for that experience. But reading into it, here's what we know so far.
BT-7274. Your data recorder says your original pilot was killed in action.
Correct. My original pilot was KIA. I am now linked to Rifleman Jack Cooper.
Who authorized this?
We had no other options.
This takes place after the first Titanfall game, if you can remember any of the story from that. You play as a pilot who gets stranded on an enemy-controlled planet with a superior officer. Well, he gets killed, and you take over his Titan and form a bond with him. As far as the gameplay for the single-player stuff, there's going to be a lot of run and gun, but the vertical mobility, as well as using your Titan to overcome obstacles, adds to more of a platforming element. Supposedly, the game takes some unexpected influences from franchises like Halo, Half-Life, and Far Cry, and a lot less from games you'd expect like Call of Duty or the Battlefield type games, which are the most obvious contemporaries to draw parallels from. Most of these details come from a press event that was held not too long ago, where a demo was shown, but not played by the journalists. The lead design for the single-player experience, his name is Mackie McCandish. He talked a lot about how this game differs from Call of Duty and Battlefield, those type of military shooters. I'll link the article below, and I'll link a couple articles below, and you guys should check it out. I pulled a quote from McCandish. He says, "I think it's a bit more creative, a little more willing to let itself breathe. I think that's going to surprise people. We'll see." I really think that not telling people much about what to expect from this game, from that single-player story, is a bad move. The few players who actually liked the first game, they will most likely buy this game. But that's not enough for this game to be successful. They need to let us see how much fun this game is going to be. Maybe it's an indication that EA doesn't have much faith in the final product? I don't know. But what I do know is that the odds are really against this game. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Battlefield 1, Destiny Rise of Iron, those are all coming out around the same time, and I feel like Titanfall 2 might, again, slip under the radar despite the promises. Though, all things considered, I'm optimistic. From what I played of the multiplayer, I enjoyed it enough, though it really all hinges on what they deliver in the single-player mode. If they can just nail that right out of the gate, if they can deliver on all the promises that these guys are talking up, tighten up those loose ends that I noticed in the multiplayer, and just give things overall a nice polish, this could be really good. Give us a longer and more in-depth progression system than the first game, and better DLC over the next year other than just maps. I think that'll really elevate the potential of this game from being just good, but also really successful. Well, those are my thoughts, guys. I'm Ravel. This is a Geek Out of Place. To my regular viewers, have you noticed anything different about my channel? I got a new logo and I'm super happy with it. But what did you guys think of the multiplayer if you played it? Do you think this is going to be a good game? Let me know in the comments. Also, I'd like to ask you guys, when this game comes out, would you like me to review it? I'm not planning on buying it right away, but if you guys let me know in the comments, I will give this one a review. If you liked what I had to say, give this video a like, and stick around. I've got some other things planned for my channel. I'm trying to do more opinion pieces like this, so subscribe if you want to see more of this stuff. I got some more gameplay planned too. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Ravel. This was Geek Out of Place.